All aboard! This is Pocono Mountains Podcasts, and I'm your host, Jim Hamill. If you didn't guess it, this episode is all about riding the rails here in the Poconos. And it's the perfect time of year to catch vibrant fall foliage along the Lehigh or Lackawaxen rivers on two railroads that offer excursions throughout the year. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway in Jim Thorpe and the Stourbridge Line in Honesdale. Both have been operating for many years now, sharing the spectacular views of the Pocono Mountains with countless riders. We'll embark on that journey in just a moment. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions, and with 2,400 square miles of mountains, forests, lakes, and rivers, with historic downtowns and iconic family resorts, it's the perfect getaway for a weekend or an entire week. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, streaming live 24/7 at PoconoTelevision.com. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have a new episode each week highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe and leave a review and or comment on whatever platform you listen. Now, back in episodes 10 and 12 of the podcast, we learned about the railroading history in the Poconos, including Honesdale being the birthplace of the American Railroad. In the early 1800s, the Stourbridge Lion was the first steam locomotive to run on rails in the entire United States. And the railroad played a big role in fueling the coal industry in Jim Thorpe as well. First, let's hop aboard the Stourbridge Line and learn all about the upcoming fall foliage train rides with a story from our recent episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine. Hey, it's Jim Hamill, and as summertime is winding down, fall is just around the corner, and so one of the best ways to view all that spectacular fall foliage is aboard the Stourbridge Line, based here in Honesdale, headed to Hawley. Let's get all aboard for a trip on the Stourbridge Line.
All aboard!
From the second you step off the platform and onto the train cars, the Stourbridge Line takes you on an excursion unlike any other.
Now Honesdale is known as the birthplace of the American Railroad.
There's the friendly folks who help you enjoy the ride too, including conductor Tim Wright.
Oh, we're looking forward to all the people. You know, we love seeing people coming out to check out the leaves, the beautiful northern Poconos we have here. And along with that, we have different families through generation to generation have come up here in October to go visit the Poconos and ride the train, so we love seeing all our passengers on board.
The Stourbridge Line leaves from downtown Honesdale and heads towards Hawley along the Lackawaxen River, giving everyone a great look at the amazing Pocono views through the window. And soon, those leaves will be changing color for fall foliage train rides, and October is always peak season for the autumn colors around here.
We usually say, historically, Columbus Day weekend, the middle of October is peak for us. All depend, again, Mother Nature, all depends, but typically that middle of October is some of our busiest times because the leaves are usually just peak.
Passengers pay one price and get to sit back for round trips for everything from 1 hour to 3.5 hours long, catching glimpses of all kinds of wildlife.
Turkeys, duck, geese, bald eagles, bears, the occasional kayaker or fisherman out in the Lackawaxen River too.
And eagles' nests. Bald eagles have been spotted often along the Lackawaxen River, and many times they're just the icing on the cake.
They can check out all the shops, the businesses, everything we got going on. And for us, Columbus Day weekend kicks off our pumpkin patch train that we do as well. So that's one of our favorite trains. So we can go down to our grove to get off the train. Kids will be able to pick out a pumpkin. We have some other activities, cider and donuts available for purchase. And that's just a great fall activity for families that we've added to our roster of train.
And when fall transitions to winter, the train keeps chugging along with Santa rides and a full schedule of more than 300 excursions each year, all year. Plus, if you ride the train, you can show your ticket at certain shops and restaurants in downtown Honesdale to get a discount. And there's lots of spots where you can find something for everyone. Let's listen to a longer chat between me and conductor Tim Wright. If you can hear the creaks of the railroad, we are on the Stourbridge Line. This is Jim Hamill with Pocono Mountains Podcast, talking to my friend and colleague Tim Wright, the conductor of the Stourbridge Line, a historic rail line here in the Pocono Mountains, connecting Honesdale and Hawley and Lackawaxen along the beautiful Lackawaxen River. And we just got finished with a train ride that was sold out, and it's the middle of August, and we're looking ahead to fall foliage season when they run these tours around the clock. Tim, welcome to Pocono Mountains Podcast, and tell me, what are you guys looking forward to when the leaves start to change color?
Oh, we're looking forward to all the people. You know, we love seeing people coming out to check out the leaves, the beautiful northern Poconos we have here. And along with that, we have different families through generation to generation have come up here in October to go visit the Poconos and ride the train, so we love seeing all our passengers on board.
When you are able to ride the Stourbridge line, there's a lot of different opportunities for families to social distance or ride in open air cars or air-conditioned cars as well in the lap of luxury. So it seems like families walk away from these experiences, Tim, really enjoying that experience. And it can, be more than an hour, maybe 2 to 3 hours sometimes, depending on the distance you go.
Yep, all depending on the distance of our trips. We have everything from an hour to 3.5 hours during the week. We typically run every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now during fall, there's some Thursdays thrown in there, Mondays and Tuesdays. And definitely check out our website for the full schedule that we have going on. We've got a lot of different things going on for October.
And we have a fall foliage forecast that'll be on our website, PoconoMountains.com, that people can go to and determine when the peak season will be hitting here in Wayne and Pike counties. But what do you suggest to people who want to plan their trip around the fall foliage in those vibrant colors that they can see from the rail line?
Typically for us, we usually say historically Columbus Day weekend, the middle of October is peak for us. All depend, again, Mother Nature, all depends, but typically that middle of October, Columbus Day weekend on, the weekend after that is some of our busiest times because the leaves are usually just peak.
And I know that we have Harvest and Heritage Days. That's a downtown festival in Honesdale scheduled for Columbus Day weekend.
Yep.
And so that'll bring out people so that not only will they be able to ride the train, but they'll be able to experience all that the Poconos and the small towns like Honesdale and Hawley have to offer.
Oh yeah, they can check out all the shops, the businesses, everything we got going on. And for us, Columbus Day weekend also kicks off our pumpkin patch train that we do as well. So that's one of our favorite trains. So we go down to our grove to get off the train. Kids will be able to pick out a pumpkin. We have some other activities, cider and donuts available for purchase. And that's just a great fall activity for families that we've added to our roster of train.
You've grown up on the Stourbridge line. Tell me what it's like, especially once the change in seasons happens. It's a little bit cooler in the air, the sun sets a little bit earlier, but there's like that, sense of pumpkin spice and beautiful vibrant colors in the skies.
Yeah, the fall is my favorite time of the year personally. I love seeing the colors, it cooling off a little bit, and also for me it's like, okay, we're going into fall, then coming into winter, and then the big man Santa Claus is coming soon, and so it's just my favorite time of year is fall. Just seeing the whole different colors, and just as the area change. And with us running 12 months out for the year now of the train, you get to see everything with spring, summer, fall, and winter. There's not a bad season to be here on the railroad, but we especially love the fall time.
That's a great point, and you can also see a lot of the wildlife too. I know that we passed at least one eagle's nest on the way between Honesdale and Hawley. We've got a lot of different, deer, bear,
turkeys, duck, geese, bald eagles, bears, the occasional kayaker or fisherman out in the Lackawaxen River too.
Right. So that's something that people can expect if they come on the fall foliage trains as well.
Yes.
And where can they find out more information about the Stourbridge line?
You can go to our website, www.thestourbridgeline.net. You can check us out on Facebook, The Stourbridge Line, Instagram as well, The Stourbridge Line. Even if you just go to Google and search Honesdale train, it's going to come up.
Absolutely will. And Honesdale has a massive amount of history when it comes to trains, being the birthplace of the American Railroad. How much pride do you have thinking back to the idea that the American railroading got its start right here?
It's a lot of pride. It's one of the reasons I love living in Honesdale and love working here as well. And what better way to be on the train? And we just celebrated the 192nd anniversary. Kind of thinking ahead at 200 a little bit in a few years. Hopefully maybe we'll have a whole town blow out to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the running the Stourbridge Line and making Honesdale known as the birthplace of the American Railroad.
And folks can go to the Wayne County Historical Society Museum and see a full-size replica of
Yes.
the lion.
Yep.
I know that's a storied aspect of what makes this town so unique.
Yep.
And you just, I'm sure, would implore people to come and learn more about it and ride the train.
Come ride the train, check out the Historical Society, check out our shops, restaurants, everything going on in the area, because we have a lot. Honesdale's a 365-day location. We have something going on all the time here, and we love seeing people as well.
Very good. That's conductor Tim Wright, Honesdale native, who is ready to welcome you all aboard when it comes to the Stourbridge line this fall for fall foliage, and then in the winter and the spring and the summer and just about all seasons year round.
Yeah, we run 365 days a year. There's something going on the railroad, it seems like, and we're scheduled to do like 340 excursions out here, and I'll be on about 335 of them. So,
well, people should look for you, and could not find a friendlier face in town. Tim, thanks for joining us on Pocono Mountains Podcast.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Tickets for the Stourbridge line can be found online at thestourbridgeline.net. Look forward to seeing you on board. Thanks again for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available and leave a review and or comment. I grew up here in the Poconos, and now we're covering the Poconos on PTN.
We go to all the big events, like the races.
Getting to ride all the rides the Poconos has to offer.
We explore all the downtowns. But no matter how much we cover the Poconos,
it is really hard to keep up with these two.
This is a pretty spectacular way to enjoy the scenery here in the Poconos.
You see everything.
The Pocono Television Network, everywhere you are, and it's streaming live at PoconoTelevision.com. We're back. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Now for another excursion line. This one based out of the charming downtown Jim Thorpe, which hosts a fall foliage festival all throughout October on the weekends. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway is a fan favorite for visitors to the Poconos, and Ashley Brooks has more on the adventure along the river in Carbon County.
Hey folks, back to PTN. This is the Pocono Television Network. Thank you for being with us. Beautiful summer day, as they all are in the Pocono Mountains, of course. We are in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, Carbon County, which is one of the counties in the Pocono Mountains. Beautiful towns and villages. We're visiting them all. You're going to see them all. You're going to see all the great stuff. But right now, we're talking trains, and you got a guy here who's a conductor. His name is Conductor Bill with the Lehigh Gorge Railway. Oh, it's just amazing. So we're going to get right to Bill. Bill,
hi.
Hi. Tell us about being a conductor. I got to hear this.
It's really fun. I retired when I was 55, living in Jim Thorpe my whole life. Looking for something neat to do. Got into this, and it's really a fun gig. But we are controlled by the federal government, believe it or not. That we have to take a federal test every year.
So you're a working railway, right?
Yes, we are. We haul freight during the week, and every day freight trains come through this yard here, but on the weekend we like carrying passengers.
I heard something about freight trains and wine.
Yeah.
Now you're speaking my language. I'm learning about trains, but my ears perked up when I heard that.
Sure, we haul like a couple things we haul. It's like plastic pellets, wine, Gallo wine. And we haul anthracite coal, of course.
Which we just learned
about. Which goes all over the world.
That's great.
That's right. And the coal's still pretty viable in this region, correct?
Oh, yes. We get all local coal here. So, it's a very profitable business for us.
So tell Conductor Bill, hey, tell us about the bike trains. That's pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah. The bike train is really popular. We run them about once a month. And what you do is you bring your bike from home or you rent one from here. We'll take you 26 miles up, drop you off, and you get to pedal all the way back.
That sounds a little intimidating, even though I'm a biker at heart, right? So talk to us about that.
It's very easy because it's all downhill. It's all 2% downhill.
That's so
you
do
have, go.
But you do have to pedal. It's not that you're going to coast all the way down. And also, if you want, you can, say you're not a biker, you can ride our train up to Whitehaven 26 miles up and ride it back.
Okay.
The train. So if you're not a biker, you can.
And there's a lot of scenery.
Oh yeah, we go through the Rockport Tunnel. It's a real long tunnel.
That's great.
It goes in a curve. It's really, really cool ride.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to take that ride.
Well,
yes.
I think Ashley and I saw the river that runs by the Rockport Tunnel. I actually had to save her from the water there as well. But we'll get to that one later.
You're just acting like my savior today. I'm not sure what's going on here.
See, Ashley's trying to train me. So
okay.
That's choo-choo. Got it. Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you the choo-choo joke later. So Bill, if I'm a family, I'm coming here, I'm visiting Jim Thorpe for the first time, I look over at the visitor center there and I see the train. What would you tell folks? Because I'm sure a lot of them walk up to you and ask you about this.
Yes, a lot of times we tell them, make sure you order your tickets ahead of time. You don't need it, you can go to the ticket booth, but on busy weekends, we advise you to do it. Mm-hmm. But we run 3 trains, 11, 1, and 3, and that's up to the month of July.
Is there a website that we can go to?
Oh, yes,
www.lgsry.com. Perfect.
is our website. And that'll tell you all about all the different train times, because in October we run 7 trips a day, and we have three trains on this track.
That must be beautiful in October.
It's very, very gorgeous in October, but that's our busy season. That's the only time you cannot order advance tickets. You have to buy them here, because it just gets that packed. It's because they have the festival here, a fall festival, and it's really gorgeous. And in October we have excursions coming from Port Clinton down around Hamburg and Reading. And what we'll do is we'll bring you up to the fall festival, leave you walk around for 3 hours, and then take you back, which is the best way to get in Jim Thorpe, because the traffic is really bad coming in, but it's fun.
This is a lot of information. I'm glad you have a website, because there's a lot to unpack and a lot of dates to remember. A lot of great things here. So thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
And I want to thank Bill too, because Bill's been great to kind of give us some information and give all our viewers some. So again, you're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Thanks for watching.
Finally, we have a Pocono Mountains podcast extra from a recent feature on both railroads from 2020. Enjoy.
So the Sturbridge Line is scenic train rides here in northern Poconos. We have 25 miles worth of railroad from Honesdale, Hawley to Lackawaxen. We offer a variety of excursions throughout the year, from February all the way through December, with our fall foliage trains, Santa trains, other themed trains like ice cream trains. So what makes our train so special, being located in Honesdale, is that Honesdale is known as the birthplace of the American Railroad. On August 8th, 1829, the first commercial steam locomotive to turn wheels on rails in the entire Western Hemisphere happened right here in our small little town of Honesdale. We've had many generations of families, especially with some of our theme trains that have ridden over the years, that they've brought their kids. Now they're bringing their kids, so you get grandma, grandpa, mom and dad, and the kids on the train. And it's just a great family experience overall.
Well, we actually wanted to bring our grandson out here. He's frantic right now. He wants to get on this train really bad. I love history and antiques. And so this, an open car, is something that we were looking forward to when we came up to stay. Well, I really want to see just the mountainside, the trees, and just to go back a little bit in time.
The train ride was amazing, beautiful views. My son absolutely loved it. We wanted to do something different with our son. Obviously, we thought he'd get a kick out of it. He likes, anything with wheels and, motorized things, so obvious choice. We saw the beautiful river, greenery, obviously. We saw some cool tunnels.
So the whole family can come, enjoy the day, and just relax.
The Sturbridge Line and the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway, just two of the amazing ways you can experience the railroad when visiting the Pocono Mountains. Don't forget, you can also ride the rails in a wholly different way with Soarin' Eagle Rail Tours in Hawley along the Sturbridge Line Railroad. The rail bikes let you take an out and back trip where you pedal and experience the wonder of the Lackawaxen River. Check them out at soarin'eagle.com. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. You can come visit us in the Pocono Mountains any season. Please book your trip today.